What's good, YouTube? It's your guy, Darren, man, the BowTie fragrance guy. I love looking good and smelling great, man. On this channel, we talk about fragrances, smelling good, and looking great. If you're into that, make sure you hit subscribe. Don't forget to enable notifications by hitting the bell icon as well, so anytime a new video gets uploaded on YouTube, you guys get notified. All right, guys, we're back for another installment. This is a new series I started called The Only 5 Fragrances a Man Will Ever Need for the Rest of His Life with a Twist. That twist is I'm covering some of my favorite niche brands and sincerely telling you these are the 5 from the brand that are my favorites and the 5 that I would more highly recommend. Now, in the first video, if you didn't see it, I'll make sure I link it here, where we talked about the brand of Xerjoff. I talked about 5 fragrances, and another twist that I put on was I did it by seasons and then one kind of all-around fragrance. Now, the brand I'm going to be talking about today, I wasn't able to do that because to me, their best 5 fragrances are really 5 fragrances that are, in my opinion, more fall, winter oriented. I think their wheelhouse is more of the fall, winter, not as much the spring, summer. I mean, they do have a few offerings that you definitely could wear during the spring and summer that are pretty good, but they wouldn't be in my top 5. They did not fall in my top 5. Percival is really good as a versatile scent. You have Sedley, that I think is an amazing, fragrance that you could really rock in the summertime. A few other fragrances that, I felt like are really, really great, but I want to talk about the top 5. And those are more, again, in my opinion, fall, winter type fragrances. So anyway, we're talking about the brand today of Parfums De Marly. I want to give you guys the only 5 fragrances you'll need for the rest of your life from the brand of Parfums De Marly. If you want to see what's made the list, you know the routine. Keep it locked right here. Let's go. For sure. That rhymes. Let's go for sure. Now, for sure, show is not really a word. This is a word. S-H-O-W is a word, show, but I wasn't saying like that kind of show. It's like a slang version of sure. Never mind. Let's go.
The BowTie Fragrance Guy.
All right, guys, we're back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked in. Let's jump right into the video. First and foremost, if you don't have my ebook, what are you waiting for? Get it. $9.99, A Gentleman's Blueprint. Really, really great read. Positive feedback. Thank you for the people that have purchased it. If you don't have it yet, add it to your reading wardrobe. The Gentleman's Blueprint is definitely something that I think is worth adding to your reading wardrobe. I always have a link down below. Show some support to me. Man, show some support to the channel, man. Pick up a copy of your Gentleman's Blueprint. You'd be glad you did. All right, guys. So 5 fragrances from Parfums De Marly. To me, these are the top 5. Not really in any particular order, but I love this fragrance. I loved it from the time I heard the nose. I could not wait to get my hands on it. I was just anticipating it so much. Just kind of reading the note breakdown, and I was not disappointed. This one is called Hobden. It is in my top 5. Hobden, what you have here is apple, caramel, rose, and myrrh. Some of the main notes. This is so good. I've said it before. This smells like you have gone to your local county fair. You have walked up to one of the concessions and you're about to purchase that caramel candy apple with the almonds or nuts on it, pause, that that you've been waiting all night for. The kids have been going, enjoying themselves, riding things. I ain't gonna lie, I still ride stuff sometimes. Pause. I ride rides. Okay, all right, you guys know what I'm saying. No, but you've been to the fair, man. You finally waited. You guys have gotten to the end of the night. And now you are about to leave and you're starting to get your food and you want to grab that candy apple, that caramel candy apple. Here it is right here in a bottle. Love this fragrance. Like I said, obviously it's in my top 5. Rose, apple, caramel. Those are the main notes that you're going to get with this. I love the myrrh in the fragrance because the myrrh here really gives that kind of warmth to the fragrance as it starts to dry down. A little bit more of a sweetness, kind of balsamic quality in this fragrance. Absolutely love this stuff. it definitely makes my top 5 from the brand Parfums De Marly. So if you have not put your nose on this one yet, it's not as popular as some of the other ones, but it is one of the best. Check this one out. This is called Hobden. All right, guys, the next fragrance that I would recommend in my top 5 from Parfums De Marly is this one, Herod. Herod, oh man, Herod I think is the one that put this brand on the map. Cinnamon, tobacco, vanilla, ISOE super and musk. This is so good. I love going back to fragrances like this. Herod was one of in my top, one of the top 10, first 10 I would say, niche fragrances that I purchased. One of the first 10 niche fragrances that I purchased. This is the first one that I got from this brand, and because it was the one that intrigued me the most at the time. Kind of started falling in love with tobacco fragrances early on in my fragrance journey. And cinnamon, I was not disappointed in this. That's really what this is, tobacco, cinnamon. Tobacco, cinnamon, again, the ISOE super really gives this fragrance some nice lasting power, a little bit of muskiness, like I said, on the dry down, a little bit of vanillic undertones here as well. I absolutely love this fragrance. Like I said, I think this fragrance was the original fragrance that kind of got the fragrance brand on the map. There's another fragrance I want to talk about that kind of took it to the next stratosphere, but really getting people's attention. I think a lot of hardcore niche enthusiasts really hold this fragrance in high regard. It is definitely, I'm sure, regarded as one of the best fragrances from the brand. And with a lot of great fragrances they've come out with in the past, this one still holds its place, and certainly in my collection. I love this stuff. My tobacco lovers out there, this is a must get your nose on from the brand of Parfums De Marly, Herod. All right, guys, speaking of the next fragrance, this is the one that did take this brand to me to the next stratosphere. It is one of the most versatile fragrances from their entire range, and this one is called Leighton. This is Leighton, guys, and what Leighton, really, you're gonna get some apple, vanilla, cardamom, sandalwood, and patchouli. The highlight here is the apple and cardamom note. This stuff is absolutely fantastic. I gotta put a light up to this and see how much I have left. I know it's less than half. This is a fragrance that I always come back to, regardless of how long it's been in the collection. I wear this one often. I wear it often. Often has some context here because I have a lot of fragrances, but I always come back to this one and get my wears out of this every year, because obviously it's one of my favorite from the brand. Like I said, to me, this is one that really took this fragrance brand to the next stratosphere. Herod put them on the map. Leighton took them to outer space. It's the most popular fragrance. I've actually done a review on this on the channel, so I know you've heard about this, so I won't wax on poetically about it. It's good. It's called Leighton. All right, guys, the next fragrance that I would recommend from this particular brand in my top 5 is Carlile. Carlile. This is green apple, nutmeg, tonka bean, rose, and patchouli. And I've always said this fragrance is so good because it has elements of all of my favorites. There's a little bit of Herod in here. There's a little bit of Hobden in here. Again, a lot of my favorites from this particular brand, they have elements of that in this fragrance, all, kind of, in one bottle, kind of put in one bottle, that created an amazing fragrance. This is a fall winter staple for me in my collection. And again, I think this is another one that most people really put in high regards. I think if most people did their probably the top 3 from this brand, most people would probably have Carlile in their top 3. I'm almost certain of that. But anyway, it's amazing, and that's why it is in my top 5. I highly recommend this one. Of course, check it out, guys. Carlile. And the last fragrance that I would highly recommend from the brand Parfums De Marly, those of you who have been following me for a while know that this was going to be on the list. Probably my favorite fragrance that smells like apple pie. Wajan. What a treat this is to your nose. An absolute treat. Honey, cinnamon, benzoin, tonka bean, vanilla, and patchouli. This is absolutely fantastic. And again, the best way to describe this fragrance: you come in from outside. Let's just use the holiday of Thanksgiving. It is Thanksgiving. Your grandmother, your mother is, in the kitchen cooking, and she has maybe 2 or 3 apple pies. She asks you to take them out of the oven, and you get that whiff of that hot warm apple pie. That's what this fragrance smells like to me. It is the holidays. It is Thanksgiving. It is apple pie. It is making me hungry. It is because it is that good. And that's where this fragrance kind of takes my mind when I smell it. Absolutely love this stuff. This is the king of the apple pie fragrance. Apple Pie Fragrance Club, man. Check it out. From the brand of Parfums De Marly. I absolutely love this one. That's why it's in my top 5. This is Wajar. But that is it, guys. That is my time. What fragrance brand would you like to see next week in my 5 fragrances for the rest of your life? Which one of my niche brands or fragrance brands that you would like to see next week that I would give my top 5 from? And what did you think about this list? I would love to hear from you guys down in the comment section. Now, as always, I sincerely appreciate you guys' time and your attention to these videos. You don't have to watch, but you do. And I sincerely appreciate that. Now, don't forget to take a few moments to like, comment, and subscribe. Please make sure you are sharing these videos out to some other folks that you think could use the information or find it entertaining. Because I'm your guy, Darren. I'm the BowTie Fragrance Guy. I love to look good, and of course, I love to smell fantastic. So until next time, keep looking good. Keep smelling even better. I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.